Well, Darren, just put into words for us what that win means.
I think what you could see there is the supporters at the end, a little sigh of relief, just because 3 points, when you look at the table now, is huge. And the players needed that, the whole club needed that, and it's a nice feeling.
You've often spoken about your team being clinical in front of goal. They certainly were today.
They were. I think you could see a real hunger going forward, but also as well to be able to defend like they did on a number of occasions all over the pitch was very good.
Of course, set on your way by Matty Dolan, 100th appearance for the club today, and what a free kick.
I've talked to the players all week about what they've achieved this year, and it's only going to be me that tells the players what they've achieved. I mean, you look at certain players have made their league debuts. Nathan Smith last week, Johnny Madison. I mean, there's so many positives to take from this season, but unfortunately, being in the position that we've been in, it's always difficult to let them know that.
I noticed Khan, I mean, he's been out for 3 months. Today he gets 2 assists and gets a goal as well.
I thought he'd done very well. I think I have to talk to Otis more than any other player while the game's going on. So he took a lot of energy, but I know he was going to get to that stage in the game where, because he hasn't had a lot of game time, he was going to get to a stage of the game where it's going to be difficult for him. But he kept going, and he deserves that.
And you should be safe now. 7 points, the gap to Newport. They got hammered today, so the goal difference is 13 in your favour as well. So you're almost there. You're within touching distance of being mathematically safe.
I think when I look at it, I know behind the scenes I've tried to set 50 points because, being a manager of this football club, I've seen what other managers have had to go through, and I think I've been given the least amount of money, but I could possibly get the most amount of points, and that's what I'll be going for.
And how about for you personally? There's been lots of fans questioning you and whether you should be in charge and your decisions, things like that, over the last few days, if not few weeks, Darren. What does today's result do for you in terms of that? I
think I have reflected on that. I think me and you have had many conversations because you know the history of the football club, and I've had to reflect on myself. Just because I can understand supporters' frustrations. I've been involved in these scenarios as a player. I've been involved as an assistant, and I've now been involved twice, last year and this year. So there's a common pattern that's developed, and I have to ask myself whether it is me. And but then I can't be too harsh on myself because it's been a pattern for a number of years, and unfortunately, that's the football club I'm managing, and I accepted it at the start. And it is difficult, of course it is. Being a manager at times is very demanding, but I think the amount of effort that the players go through, and I also accept the criticism because I think if I was at Newport, me being me, I probably would have jumped the barrier to get at me. So I thank them for not doing that. So I had to take that on the chin, but the way the lads responded today is only what they've deserved all season, because their effort and commitment, I've never ever questioned that, and hopefully the supporters understand what I'm talking about, because they're not stupid. They know what's going on, and I want to be in a position next year where I keep this group of players, and I've just told them that in there. I don't want to be able to spend this year going through what we've gone through, and we've had highs and we've had lows. But the experience they'll gain, I think that'll help us really kick on next year. But unfortunately, that type of stuff's out of my hands.
I was going to say, when can you start talking about and looking forward to the future now? You've virtually secured your status in League Two for next season, but when can you start making the decisions about how your squad looks and how you take things forward?
If it was me, I would have made it 2 months ago. Because I think when you don't do that, there's always that element of uncertainty. And it's a pattern that's developed at the football club. And I'm not saying players lose interest, but players' minds drift. And it's not nice when they drift, because I work with these players every day, and unfortunately that's football. But the way they responded today, and the way we stuck together, and the way we unite is exactly what Yeovil Town is all about.
So have you got meetings booked in the foreseeable future with the owner and the chairman to sort things out?
I think I'll have to wait and see, but they know where I'm coming from.